Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be trying out the BLURR app. That's really all I have to say. Let's just get right on into the video. I had just re-downloaded the app, so I kind of had to go through all these hurdles, and then I imported the audio and I edited it because I didn't want that whole voiceover to be in the front, and I kept editing it. There's gonna be long pauses in here because I just went to Discord a lot of the time. And then I started importing my pictures. I was trying to figure out what the equivalent to pre-composing was. Also, I kind of figured that you had to group them, but I couldn't figure out after a while how to add effects to those groups. And then I kind of just do that for a while. Yep, still going. Kind of cropped some of the pictures, made them closer together. And then I put in the video, kind of cut the video, made sure that the audio was off. I didn't really want to mess with any like slow motion techniques just yet because I'm very new to this app. I've tried it a couple times, but I am not super familiar with it. I really enjoy it though. I think it's a very fun and like really adequate app. And then I started doing the graphs, which I really love the way that they have the graph set up versus Video Star. I think honestly, if you're going to use an app, this is one of the best, and this is like not sponsored or anything, I promise. I wish I was sponsored. But this is genuinely just one of the best apps to use to make it look like After Effects. And I think it's really easy. It's very much set up like After Effects. It's very easy for an After Effects editor to use it. And like I said, here I am. I stopped for a second. I had to message Katie, I'm sure. Then I started adding the brightness. I was trying to figure out how exactly to do it. I ended up screwing up a couple times and having to fix some of the graphs. And here I am, still adding the brightness effect, kind of to make this flash effect. I tried to do like my exact system that I do on After Effects, but it's a little bit different. I spent a lot of time on my base. I don't know if you've noticed this yet. And I edited a little bit because I noticed that the audio was a little bit off. And now I'm adding the blur. I was trying to figure out how much blur to do, but I didn't want to do too little. And yet again, here I am paused, because I gotta open Discord. Yet again, doing the graphs for some of the blurs. I think it's interesting to see the full process though. I haven't watched this back yet, so while I'm filming this voiceover, I'm watching this along with you guys and just kind of explaining what I'm doing. I love Maisie, she's so cute. Hope I get to see her in concert next to her. And then I wanted to do directional blur for the first transition, and I was trying to figure out how I added motion tile to the back of it, so that was a little bit of a struggle. And then messing with the graphs for that directional blur. I've really been obsessed with directional blurs lately. And then here we start on the transition. So I wanted to do simple transitions because the more simple the transitions, the easier they are to get smooth, especially when I'm not experienced in being a blur editor. So I just wanted to start with a simple scale transition. I kind of messed around with a shake. A squish one, as you can see. It looked really ugly, so I just was like, I don't think I'm gonna use it, and I just deleted it. Didn't like it. It looked too choppy. And I opted instead for making a position shake. And then I wanted to do a rotate yet again, a very, very simple transition. Which I think it looked really smooth. And then I messed with the motion blur settings up at that top right. Then I decided to do a little bit of a more complex transition and mess with some opacity layers and flashes. And yet again, I also messed with a null object and did my very first ever in BLURR mid-graph. I think it turned out pretty well, actually. It was glitching a lot, so I decided to render it and watch it back. Looked good, so I kept going. There was some sort of glitch happening in between clips, so I couldn't tell how smooth it was. Then I decided to do a slide. Yet again, I think with a null? Oh, no, I did not use a null for that. I just did that on the clip, very simply. I think out of all those simple transitions, the slide looked the absolute worst. I'm not gonna lie to you. Then I decided to do a little bit of 3D. I wanted to do a flip. And something that I really noticed that was kind of a negative of the BLURR app is you couldn't put that motion blur on your clips for 3D elements like you can on After Effects, which that's the same thing for VideoStar, but I was a little disappointed. I ended up doing a scale in shake for that smaller piece before I added the flip. Then I did a zoom out. I zoomed out and in again, and I added another position shake. I don't like that one as well. I like the first position shake much better. And then I also played a little bit with skew, but I decided I ended up not wanting to use it, so I just did a flash in. And then I concluded it by adding a zoom out. Then I played the whole thing back and I thought it looked okay, so I decided to copy and loop that section of the edit. And the full edit is now up on my @Kaylee'sAEP, so if you want to go check that out after you finish this video,